What follows is loosely based on some of those recordings.
It's 12:18 p.m. and spring in the underworld. Hi Petra, it's Persephone. I'm calling to tell you Hades has put the whole of the underworld into lockdown. There's a few of us out walking, giving each other oceans of space. I'm starting to forget what it means to knit a conversation together. Neighborhood streets seem like canyons, dark seas of grass open over my shins as I walk through the heath to look out over the city. I hope you can hear me over this wind. The city is a cavern, like a municipal pool with all the floodlights turned off. There are a lot of people here on the hillside, all looking in the same direction, all waiting for something to switch back on.
Clarice, last night I dreamt we were in a church somewhere. I imagine it was a sense of peace in Paris, because I think I recognized the organ and the Della Croix. Rambo is painted in a wall around the corner, where we had been in some kind of demonstration. We were wearing World War I masks. Halfway through the dream, I had a flashback in which I saw you trying to hit a policeman with a wooden rolling pin. In the church, I asked you what you had done with it. You no longer had it with you. You replied that we should start a book club to read all the great dystopic novels as preparation for things to come.
Hi Petra, it's C. I thought you would want to know. My mum died last night. She always liked you, sorry for the nature of this message. She didn't want to go to hospital. She didn't want to bother anyone. It wasn't COVID, it was her heart. Her windows and doors were locked, so they had to break in through her bedroom window. I keep asking the paramedics what her face was like, to describe it exactly, her face exactly, the expression, the shape of her body. You see, I need to know if she died knowing what was happening to her. How ordinary it seems for the body to step out of life in the blink of a bad heart.
Tatiana, I'm still stuck in Porto. I have not gone out of the house in over 4 months. At one point, my eyes started to look weird, strangely yellow. I called my doctor. He said it was the lack of exposure to direct sunlight. Today, I finally couldn't take it anymore, and I went out. As I walked down the street, I spotted what looked like an illegal bar in the basement. I got closer, and from under street level, they spotted me and gestured for me to come in. I was so curious I could not help myself. Inside, there were some 20 women, all of them over 60 years old, young and drunk. They played loud music. I must admit that some of them were dancing, but not by any means with all their clothes on. It was hell in there. I was the only man among them, and despite my protests, they kept the drinks coming. Now I am too scared that I caught it. Do you think I caught it? What are the odds?
It's 6:12 a.m. and it's winter in Sydney. Hi Petra, it's Rachel. Do you really wear masks all the time? I mean, in Sydney, we're supposed to wear masks on public transport, but no one really does masks all the time. Imagine not seeing anyone's face all day.
Tatiana, I do not think I can stand to keep talking to you. You are just too calm about it. Your calm is making me anxious. How can you be so calm about it? Do you know something about this that I don't? What are you not telling me?
It's 8:19 a.m. in the year 1789, 15 months since the invasion of Sydney. Hi Petra, it's Petra. Have you seen the white ships again on the horizon? The men in red come and hang other men in the sun until they die. They strip them down, they rope them up, they lattice their backs to a blind of pure red. We have never seen the like. Have you seen the white ships? There's more coming through the ocean gates, spreading across the water, crowding sandstone bays and the oyster inlets, and now all of us are dying a sudden burn and boil beneath the skin. The bodies are floating 10 deep in every sandstone bay and oyster inlet. There are no masks, no vaccines, no way to stop the influx of white sails and red men.
E estudei, I caught myself missing the noise that coffee machines in Lisbon make so badly that I googled it. You know that saying, the clatter that the metal does as the coffee grinds, and the hissing of the heating system, and the sound of the liquid pouring into the cup. I figured someone ought to have recorded it by now. No luck, not yet.
Hi B, it's Petra. I've become obsessed with reading Cicero's letters from the last days of the Roman Republic. I don't even like Cicero. He is such a suck-up. I am convinced we are witnessing the end of democracy in America, probably the world. I can't stop listening to political podcasts. I listen to them all night and in the morning too.
Tatiana, I took to reading the history of the gulags. I wanted to tell you that I'm not entirely sure this was the best idea, given my current mood and our situation in general. But Stalin is starting to come across as much cleverer than I thought. He managed to keep the appearance of organization from the outside, at least for a while. I was very struck by that.
Hi Petra, it's Persephone. It's summer now in the underworld. The walls are sweating, perspiration glosses the ground and all our skins. I want a release, but sleep won't come and Hades won't share the bed. He's obsessed with percentage rate impacts of vaccines and rising case rates. Really, I just want to touch everyone and no one. Do you remember what it is to hold a friend in an embrace, to feel their softness against your softness? I keep calling Eurydice, but she has her phone set to silent. I think she's trying to remember the other world, the world before, where sunlight was like a crowd of people at a music concert, drunk and all moving, tidal, against each other. That other world, so intimate and casual and blissfully atomic.
Giovanna, last night I dreamt of the wolf in the pinstripe suit again. I was boarding a train and I had just been shot in the head. I took a t-shirt from my backpack and I tried to stop the bleeding. As I was taking my seat, in comes the wolf and sits next to me. I told him he was not observing social distance. He told me that was not a problem because he was a wolf. He told me he knew someone that could patch me up in Seville if I was willing to travel by train. He took out his stamp collection and started examining the stamps. He told me he would get me the train tickets to Seville if I was willing to shoot a cat in the head with a rifle. I asked him which cat. He pointed to the cat sitting 2 rows down from us. I told him I could not do that. He told me I was not likely to survive in a post-capitalist environment because I was still not aware that, in reality, I did not need to shoot the cat. No one really shot the cat in post-capitalist environments. That was not how things worked. He handed me the rifle in order in life.
Thank you.
There's a final one. I can read it, or we can just look at it. I'm up to you, Steve.
It's not my choice. Oh my God! Don't make me choose.
Okay, so I'm just going to read the final one. Cody, today I was thinking about that final page in that first novel we read together. I was wondering how he could have written those sentences about finding the energy to button up the many buttons in a shirt, and how we will need to find a way to keep on living while doing things we have no idea how they are done. I keep thinking as well how our last sentences also contain the meticulous descriptions of the voices of friends, those who were gone, those who managed to survive, those who, through their clandestine messages, kept each other safe and sane. Thank you.